The human body's movement is governed by opposing forces from within the body itself. And so it's time we understood the importance of muscle balance.
You may have seen athletes and some fitness enthusiasts strap on a heart rate monitor before a practice or a workout session. But do you know why and how it can help you get the most out of your workouts?
Today, we look at what Tabata workouts have to offer.
Juice them, dice them, or just eat them whole. Everyone has their favorite fruit and a different way to eat. But are you eating them the right way, or are you missing out on all the juicy goodness?
The entire universe is built up of balanced out opposing forces, and our body is no different. Every action is followed by an equal and opposite reaction. This rule of physics applies to our body as well. Every time you move a muscle, there's an equal and opposite reaction happening in an opposing muscle. Without this counteraction, it would not be possible to keep the body together through movement. So for optimal movement, both these muscles must be equally strong, flexible and not impaired in any way. When one muscle is not strong enough or not flexible enough to allow movement to happen, we call it a muscle imbalance. And quite often, this can be the result of improper training in the gym. Many strength trainers want to gain maximum aesthetic value from their gym time, and so they focus on training the large muscles of the chest, back and shoulder area, often on consecutive days without training their lower body or cardio systems enough, and often without realizing how overloaded their small support muscles are and how close they may be to absolute failure. A good example of this is the shoulder joint, where the inner rotator cuff muscles are often overworked and undertrained. In resistance training programs that focus on the larger, powerful outer sleeve muscles of the shoulder, if these muscles begin to dominate over the smaller inner muscles, this could result in fatigue, pain, or even muscle failure. Even when you're doing an isolation exercise, there are many more muscles involved than just the primary mover. This is because many of the muscles of the human body exist and function in pairs. So when we're standing normally, both these existing muscle groups would maintain a certain tonality to hold the body in place. But the real relationship plays out when there's movement involved. So when one muscle contracts to lift the load, the other muscle lengthens very safely to allow this movement to happen. You can see this clearly in the case of the bicep and tricep muscle of the upper arm. When doing bicep curls, the triceps must be flexible and strong and lengthened for optimal movement. So unless we also keep the triceps strong alongside, we won't get perfect strength or perfect form in the biceps. It's the same case with the pectoral muscles of the chest, which give the push movement, and the trapezius muscles of the upper back, which give us the pull movement. When balanced, they do the perfect balancing act for your upper torso, ensuring the upper spine maintains a healthy curve. But when the pectorals become too tight from too much pumping, and when the traps remained under-strengthened, the imbalance spells disaster for the upper back, starting with bad posture and all the ills associated with it. The muscles of the lower back support the abdominal muscles and vice versa, and together they pack in to form the core of the body. But when either of them is overpowering the other, there's a lot of backache and protruding belly involved. Lower down, the femur bone of our thighs is packed in with the hamstring muscle group from the back and the quadricep muscles from the front. And these muscles are also the primary movers of the knee. The hamstrings contract to flex the knee joint, while the quadriceps lengthen and stabilize the knee through the movement. Quadriceps contract to straighten the knee, while the hamstrings relax and stabilize the knee through the movement. If either of these muscles is out of its correct strength and length balance, your knees will feel the pinch. So can muscle balances be avoided? Absolutely. Here are a few tips. Firstly, include some balance and stability training in every workout. Use the BOSU, for example. Secondly, it's quite common to have a slight strength difference between the left and the right side of the body. However, attempt to reduce this deficit by performing single limb exercises. Third, use a variety of equipment including cables, dumbbells, and not just the machine systems. Balance your exercises by doing exact opposite movements. For example, balance your bench press with bent over rows and your military press with your chin-ups and pull-downs. You must also try and balance your strength with your cardio. A proper program must include cardio, strength and flexibility. If you're one who only does strength without the other two, you may never reach your goals, but may actually be stuck with muscle imbalances and injuries that will linger for life. It's absolutely vital that all health enthusiasts understand that fitness is not just about having a great set of pecs and delts. A good fitness program should be one that emphasizes on muscle balance and focuses equally on the opposing muscles as well as the smaller stabilizing muscles. Focus on muscle balance and you will never be sorry.
It's good to know the intensity of your exercise so you can vary it depending on what your goals are. And our heart rate is the most reliable way to monitor the intensity of our exercise routine. A heart rate monitor helps you do just that, besides offering range of other benefits.
To keep pace with our busy lifestyle, over a period of time, we have let our bodies lose their natural rhythm. There's barely any constancy in the way we live or do things, resulting in an overall disorder. The heart rate monitor teaches us to start listening to our inner rhythm once again. It's the first step on a long road to recovering our natural equilibrium. So how does the heart rate monitor do that? It's a monitor, so as the name suggests, it calculates your heartbeats while you rest, work, play, exercise, and go about your day. Based on additional data that you input, such as age, sex, height, weight, and maximum heart rate, it can assess the number of calories burnt during an exercise and thereby tell you if you're exercising enough or even at the right intensity level. Using a heart rate monitor is pretty simple. First of all, you need to figure out what heart rate you want to reach. This number would ideally be 50 to 85% of your maximum heart rate, which basically means the number of beats per minute your heart can reach when pushed to the maximum. To find out your maximum heart rate, simply subtract your age from 220 and you have the maximum heart rate. This number can deviate by about 10% though, which means your maximum heart rate could be 20 beats higher or lower than the number you arrived at. You can also refer a target and maximum heart rate chart for precise information. Once you know your number, all you need to do is refer to your monitor to know when to pick up pace or even drop it. Besides being the most reliable way to measure your heart rate, there are other benefits of this device as well. Unlike exercise machine counters or ballpark assumptions by trainers, a heart rate monitor will give you an accurate result about the calories you have burnt. It helps you burn your calories effectively without going overboard and risking injury. The heart rate monitor is really helpful when you're pursuing different fitness goals such as fat burning, aerobic training, etc. When it comes to exercising, many of us would like to believe that we're working out quite a bit, even if it's just walking the pet, taking the stairs, sometimes cleaning the closet. The heart rate monitor will give you a much more honest feedback. Knowing exactly how many calories you burn on a daily workout acts as a deterrent when you're reaching out for that next calorie-loaded dessert. The heart rate monitor helps you evaluate every activity that you do, even daily chores, in terms of the calories burnt, so you can plan your workout sessions accordingly. Just because you're drenched in sweat doesn't mean you got a good cardio session in. Instead, it's about reaching your maximum heart rate and how often. The heart rate monitor will tell you both. The heart rate monitor helps you find your natural rhythm once again, the pace at which our bodies function best. Some heart rate monitors can also track speed and distance, measure the calorie burn, and even provide your workout data to help you analyze your workout.
Some of us may require an actual trainer or a friend to motivate us to push through that last lap or go for one more extra set of crunches. But for those who love to self-monitor the intensity of their workout, a heart rate monitor is a perfect companion. Does the job and is quite reliable too.
Who doesn't love fruits? The bliss of biting into that season's first ripe mango is incomparable. But there's a way of having fruit so that you can get the most out of the nature's tastiest source of natural goodness.
Fruits are a great source of fiber, of potassium, vitamin C, and many more nutrients. These nutrients guard our bodies against various disease and ailments. Including fruit in our diet the right way can improve not only our digestion but also increase our vitamin intake as well. Here are a few ground rules about eating fruit the right way. Eat fruit on an empty stomach, 2 hours prior or 2 hours after you consume anything else. When we eat fruit in this manner, our digestive system can easily and quickly process all the nutrients, the fiber and the simple sugars in the fruit and not let it ferment, which may cause indigestion, heartburn, burping or any other digestive discomforts. Applying this rule is very simple. We usually eat 3 large meals a day, so space out your fruit servings in between your meals. Eat fruits prior to noon. A mid-morning snack in between your breakfast and lunch is the best time to eat fruits. This way you are ensured that it has been processed by your digestive system and that all the nutrients have been absorbed by the body. Avoid eating fruits closer to bedtime. The high sugar content in the fruit will spike up your energy and will keep you up when you need to sleep instead. Also try and avoid fruit at breakfast. As your body has been fasting, the sugar in the fruit will spike your blood sugar and you will be hungry again just about an hour later. When you need to drink fruit juice, drink only fresh fruit juice and never out of a can. Cooked fruits are a definite no-no. You get only the taste and zero nutrients. Also, never drink juice that has been heated up. Eating a whole fruit is definitely way better than having the juice, though it may seem more convenient. So how much fruit should you be having? Dietitians recommend having at least 5 servings a day. 1 serving is approximately one that fits into the palm of your hand. You could eat more depending upon your individual appetite, unless you're a diabetic or you're pursuing a weight loss goal, in which case it's not recommended because of the high sugar content in the fruits. Try to include a variety of fruits, since each fruit contains different combination of vitamins and nutrients. The following fruits are easily available and you should definitely include them in your diet. Apples are rich in antioxidants and flavonoids and they help in lowering the risk of colon cancer, heart attack and stroke. Strawberries have the highest total antioxidant power amongst major fruits and protect the body from cancer-causing, blood vessel clogging free radicals. Oranges help keep the cold away, lower cholesterol, prevent and dissolve kidney stones, as well as lessen the risk of colon cancer. Watermelons are packed with glutathione, which helps boost our immune system. They are also a key source of lycopene, the cancer-fighting oxidant. Guavas and papayas have high vitamin C content. The guava is also rich in fiber, which helps to prevent constipation. And the papaya is rich in carotene, which is good for your eyes.
Fruits, glorious fruits. I hope you plucked few tips from this episode of The Perfect Body and are ready to savor nature's fresh bounty in an all-new way.